doesn't this look good? Pumpkin spice applesauce. Ew, it doesn't have any added sugar. Oh, I like that. I might have to give that a try sometime. Into addition, pumpkin spice cookies. Vegan. My mom loves these Nature Bakery fig bars. She gets them at Costco. Oh. Hey guys, happy Saturday. I don't care for these. I've had them a number of times. They're really salty. I've had this particular one's okay, but I really don't care for the little stars. I think I'm in the minority on that one, but I just find they're too salty. Cinnamon and currants flackers look good. Ew, I love Crunchmaster, and they have a added protein cracker that's vegan. Put garbanzo flour in it. Are these good? They look like they might be good, although they may be too salty. I feel like sometimes they overdo it with salt when they try and healthify something, and then it's kind of like not as good. Bitsies are good. Have you guys ever had Bitsies? I've never had these Smart Crackers by Bitsies, but she has these little alphabet cookies that are really good. I know. Happy Sunday. We're here. I'm at Whole Foods. I just put on the Muji sunscreen. Kind of looks a little oily when you first put it on, but I don't know. I enjoy wearing it.
It looked like it was in a nice little travel size too.
Yeah. I'm almost finished with it, so maybe that's why it's a little greasier than usual.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday.
Sunday. What'd you get today?
Oatmeal.
Oatmeal?
Yeah.
Fruit and nuts.
I had a little bit of an overflow with the cinnamon dispenser.
Yeah,
it came out
the
like
dispensers are awful. The holes are too big.
But I thought in honor of fall, I would have pumpkin seeds.
Good, yeah.
And it's got mango also.
Ooh, that's a good combination.
And then,
Well, you had to try it.
This is a blueberry donut.
Ooh, let me
Vegan.
see. Don't hide it in there and wrapper of shame.
I just don't want to.
Yeah. Ooh, that's pretty. A vegan blueberry
donut. It's got chunks of blueberry.
Yeah, you liked the plain one that you had last time. You gotta try the chocolate next.
You know, the chocolate doesn't call to me. This one does.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it's all the same sugar load.
I wish they would make a pumpkin one for autumn. They have a pumpkin spice applesauce that doesn't have any added sugar. It's just, it's got carrot juice in it and then pumpkin spices in the applesauce.
So it's orangey looking?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Looks good.
You saw that here?
Mm-hmm. I got oatmeal and I mixed in some, actually, cauliflower in the bottom, edamame, and I topped it with strawberry, blackberry, raisins, pecans, and white and black sesame seeds, and toasted coconut and cinnamon. Oh, and there's also some chia seeds on there. Yeah, I like to put chia and sesame on everything. Just a little added vitamin mineral kick.
I use the hemp seeds on mine.
Oh, I love hemp seeds too. Yeah, they're good. I forgot to tell you guys, we saw the Downton Abbey movie last Sunday. It was good.
Please go see it. Anybody that likes Downton Abbey.
Yeah, it was good. I want to see the Underground Railroad movie. That looks really good. I got psyched for that from the coming attractions.
I'm tempted to go see it.
Yeah, well, it's It too.
Yeah,
That's out now. Yeah. But last night on Amazon Prime, we watched A Simple Favor with Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively.
Yeah,
I like both of them.
enjoyed the fashion in it, or whatever that fashion world was.
Yeah.
They lived in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that Amazon Prime or Netflix?
Amazon Prime.
Oh, October 3rd, the Breaking Bad movie on Netflix.
Oh, you're
looking forward to that.
Yeah. My mom's gonna try her donut now. Tell us how it compares to the.
Yeah, it seems good. It's more like cake. It doesn't have the. It's not. It doesn't taste like a donut.
Tastes like a little cake.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, look at you sitting there watching cartoons. Hey, sweet boy.
I'm gonna have another one. This is the lion's mane and shaga. It's kind of a fruitier undertone. It has a little bit of a fruity undertone. I just put it in my cute little owl mug. Actually, this is my mom's. I had one of these, but I think the handle broke off of mine.
Oh, that's yours.
Oh, this one's mine?
Yeah. Somehow
I'm in a
things
weird mood. I don't know.
end up coming over here.
We got these at Pier 1, right?
Yeah.
They always have the cutest mugs. I haven't been in Pier 1 ever since I moved from my other apartment where I was close to the Pier 1. Yeah, here's the dilemma with the left-handed mug. End up face bumping. Anyways, I'll set that down. I wanted to chit-chat with you guys. I made a video that I don't think is up yet. If you're new here or haven't figured out, I film many of my videos several weeks, even months in advance when they actually go up. And I never really know when I film them when they're actually going to go up. So I'm pretty sure this video has not gone up, but I have a video coming out in the future. Stay tuned. May actually already be up, who knows, on seaweed containing moisturizers. I talk all about seaweed and marine extracts and algae and moisturizers, and I talk about different products. Anyways, in that video, I mention and talk about this Ziaja sensitive firming night cream. This was sent to me by a viewer. It is a Polish brand, Polish company, and at the time of filming the video, I didn't realize, I wasn't sure if you could buy this in the States. So I made a note of that in the video. But I actually found their website. They have a US-based website that ships to the US. And you can also get their products on Amazon. So I'll link this down below. But what this is a basic nighttime moisturizer. I've used it several times and I really like it. It is, the reason I put it in that video is to highlight that it has marine extracts in it, which are really just nice humectants. They're actually, in laboratory-based models, they hold on to water better than hyaluronic acid, but we don't have a lot of human data to show that one is better than the other as far as ingredients and moisturizers, but the laboratory data suggests that marine extracts can actually hold on to more water than just hyaluronic acid. So that is in this, and it's free of added fragrance, very sensitive skin friendly. And it has panthenol in it, which is a skin conditioning agent that actually can kind of penetrate deeply into the top layer of the skin and be taken up by your skin cells and converted to the active form of vitamin B5. And so it can be very restoring for the skin barrier to use that. It's free of mineral oil, and it also, what else? There's no alcohol denaturant in this. And it does not have the preservative methyl isothiazinolone in it, which I know many of you are allergic to. I really enjoyed using this. And oh, the other ingredient it has in it that's good is licorice root extract, which is helpful for calming down redness, anti-inflammatory. This does not have niacinamide in it, so if you are sensitive to niacinamide, this is one to consider. It is not oil-free, however. Oil-free moisturizers are always the recommendation if you have oily, acne-prone skin, or if you have seborrheic dermatitis. It's just recommended that you avoid them because sometimes they can cause problems for people with those skin types. Anyways, this does have some plant oils in it. It has cottonseed oil, jojoba oil, and I think macadamia seed oil. Yeah. And it also has castor oil, which you remember from my other videos, you can become sensitized to castor oil and allergic to castor oil. So if you have become sensitized to that, you can't use this. But I really like it, and I've really enjoyed using it. While it does not have methyl isothiazinolone in it as a preservative, it has methylparaben, and it also has DMDM hydantoin. Now, methylparaben is less of an issue. Fewer people develop sensitivity to parabens. I have a video explaining this at length, so check that out if you're worried about parabens. I talk about it there. But the DMDM hydantoin is a formaldehyde-releasing preservative, which is great for product stability and the product not becoming contaminated, but it is a preservative that people do become sensitized to and allergic to often, similar to methyl isothiazinolone. So, you know, you may, if you're sensitized to formaldehyde releasers, then you wouldn't be able to use this either. But otherwise, this is very good. I mean, you know, those are things that you can become, obviously you can become sensitized to anything, and, you know, so you can't avoid everything. So if you're not sensitized to those ingredients, you shouldn't necessarily like go out of your way to avoid all of those things, because, you know, you'll drive yourself nuts trying to avoid everything you could become sensitized to, because you'd have to be in a vacuum. You can become sensitized to really anything. But you increase your risk of developing sensitivities to ingredients and products the more stuff you use, and particularly if you use stuff alongside fragrance. Fragrance is a sensitizer and it's co-sensitizing, so it makes it more likely that you will develop problems to other ingredients. So yeah, long-winded explanation, but I really enjoy this, and I'm glad that I found that you can get this here in the States. But yeah, I really like this. I saw on their website they have a few other products. Some of them have fragrance, so I'd be interested to check out maybe some more. But this is really good, very sensitive, skin friendly. It's a very nice moisturizer for going into winter. If you have mature skin, you would get along well with this. I point out the caveats for oily prone skin with this containing oils. But I really don't see this as being something that's necessarily going to clog pores, although the oils can always cause issue for people. But anyways, who else would this be good for? Rosacea prone skin, this would be great for, because it has licorice root extract that is calming for redness. If you have eczema prone skin, this is also a good choice, although you're more at risk for developing contact dermatitis to things because of your eczema. And one ingredient that you might become sensitized to in this is the DMDM-hydrantoin or the castor oil. Those would be common. Tybee got bored of that explanation.
He never made a skincare routine.
He's like, I'm just resting for football. And by football, he means his little spiky Nerf ball. Oh no, I shouldn't have mentioned it. He goes, Throwsy? There it is. He can throw that, play fetch with that all day. He gets fixated on it. Somebody detected pumpkin.
I made this odd pumpkin pie. It is this electric orange color because we didn't have any ginger, so I used 3 tablespoons of this carrot ginger juice that I got from Costco. It's really good, by the way. It's totally worth it. It's just carrot juice and ginger, no added sugar. So it tastes delicious. But anyways, I put 3 tablespoons of that in this. I'll put the recipe down below, but it's basically pumpkin and pumpkin spices, pumpkin pie spices, and I also added brown sugar, and then I added some of this Birch Bender's classic maple syrup. This is a monk fruit maple syrup. It's pretty good. It's better than any other sugar-free kind of maple syrup I've had before. So that's gonna go in, and they came out.
Like a face.
Came out looking good. Mom's gonna give it a little taste test for you guys, let you know how it is. It comes out like a custard. It's more of a pumpkin custard. My mom's gonna have a little taste. Tybee's excited for.
It's really good. There's something snappy in there. Is that from the nutso?
Yeah.
The seeds?
Yeah.
Yeah, that gives it texture.
Yeah, it's the. I use the nutso peanut butter.
To me,
almond butter.
You almost get more of the carrot from that carrot.
Oh yeah.
Juice.
You can taste the carrot juice.
Yeah.
That was the only difference. The recipe calls for ginger, but I just added.
Good.
I added 3 tablespoons of that carrot ginger juice instead of ginger. That's the only. That's a substitution.
Is this the drizzle you put on top?
Yeah.
Let me try that.
That's got the nut. That's the nutso.
Viewers could get a whiff of the aroma in here because it smells so good.
Smells maple pumpkin-y.
It's like 15 candles going with
So
the flavor. It's really good.
You
it's
like
like
it?
a candy smell.
So the birch benders worked well as the maple syrup. That's good.
Well, hey guys, what's up? I am back and I just got out of the shower and I am working my way through and almost finished with Panoxol's 10% benzoyl peroxide wash. This has been an armpit sweat saver this summer. I really didn't have to use antiperspirant this summer because of this. So I really only wind up using antiperspirants in the summertime. I don't use them in the wintertime. I happen to be one of those people that doesn't sweat a lot, yeah, so I don't sweat a lot, but in the summer here, it's like inevitable. Everybody's gonna sweat. So yeah, I wear antiperspirant usually in the summertime, honestly only for like consecutive nights in a row I put it on. For maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks. And then after that, I started doing it, you know, every other night. And the whole way that antiperspirants work is that you have to put them on at nighttime because the aluminum salts, they kind of trickle down into the eccrine sweat gland and they plug it up and they trigger the sweat gland to undergo involution and to go away, basically. So they reduce sweat glands in that way. And so that's how they work, and that's why it's best to put it on at nighttime because the rate of sweat outflow is actually lowest at night. So you put them on at nighttime for that reason. If you put them on in the daytime, then you start perspiring and the perspiration just flushes the salt out of the eccrine gland, and you can't, you know, it doesn't do anything. It flushes it out onto the surface of your skin where it just sits there and becomes irritating, and that's why people have problems with aluminum containing deodorants. They can be very irritating. So putting it on at nighttime is key. And you know, for me in particular, I'm able to do this. Not everybody is able to get away with this methodology, but putting it on consecutive nights in a row that way, after a while, after a period of time, the sweat glands, they involute, and you just have an overall decreased amount of perspiration because of that. So you can get away with using it less frequently. The other thing that you can do is after you put it on at nighttime, you go to bed, it trickles down in the eccrine gland while you're asleep, and it's doing its thing. And then the next morning when you wake up, whatever is left on the skin, you know, just wash it off. You know, it's not serving any function, any purpose on the surface of the skin. A lot of antiperspirants are deodorants as well. They have perfume or fragrance added to mask the smell of sweat, and you can become sensitized to those. And that they can be irritating, but you know, that's why people are always looking for deodorants that smell good. They want the deodorant part to kind of mask the odor of sweat. But truly the pathophysiology of body odor is the sweat sits on the surface of your skin and the bacteria on your skin break it down, and that is why you stink. You know, putting perfume on doesn't really do anything. If anything, it kind of changes the microflora a little bit and the overall, you know, chemical composition of your sweat and whatnot, and makes it eventually smell even worse, in my opinion, or it can. Anyway, so the idea behind the Panoxol is that you use this in the shower as a lather under the armpits and let it sit under there as an armpit mask. You know, lather it up under your armpits and just let it sit on there. It will reduce the burden of bacteria on the surface of the skin that would then break down your sweat and make you stink. So this combined with the antiperspirant, you know, is a really good way to cut down on body odor. But for me this summer, I really was able to lean on this mostly. Doing this, I did it nightly for several weeks, and then just every other night or so. And that I really found, I mean, it doesn't change the amount of sweat I produce, but it definitely cut down on like the feeling of body odor. So I really didn't end up needing to use much antiperspirant this summer. I mean, no, I got no complaints from anybody. I mean, people here, unfortunately, people here in Houston are very polite and very nice, so they, you know, might not have told me, but you know, I didn't feel sweaty, smelly, and whatnot. So yeah, that worked out really well for me, and it also works really well as a body acne mask in the shower. Do this in the shower. That's the best place to use benzoyl peroxide. Like lather it as you would a mask. Just lather it to like your back, for example, or your rear end, or your thighs, inner thighs, anywhere where you get some kind of breakouts. I just let it sit on there for a few minutes and then rinse it off. That way you get the antibacterial effects from the benzoyl peroxide, but you don't run into as much irritation. And then the other nice thing about doing it in the shower is you rinse it off and you get out of the shower and it's no longer on your skin to then stain your towels or bleach your towels, which you can run into with benzoyl peroxide. So yeah, that's a little BP tip on how to use it. It's a very useful ingredient, but oh my gosh, it can be very drying and very irritating. And everybody will always say that they're allergic to it. True allergy to benzoyl peroxide is incredibly rare. You're having likely an irritant contact dermatitis to it, which is very common. It's very irritating. The formulation, the way the product is formulated, the inactive ingredients can help with that. And you know, there's certain formulations kind of like this that are more timed release, so they're less irritating. And so that's really why I'm such a fan of Panoxyl, and have always recommended it to patients and to just anybody, honestly. It's very useful. But it will bleach your fabrics if it gets on there. Classic example, you should see the rug right now, because I filmed a video using this in here, and I was trying to show what it looked like on my hands, and I spilled some on the floor, and there's a stain there. So yeah, oops. That's coming out of my apartment deposit, I suppose. Anyways, yeah, beware, it will bleach fabrics on your rug. So yeah, don't use it over the rug like yours truly. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the vlogs this weekend. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.